everyone, it's Sharonda from Pay or Wait, and today I'm going to be reviewing Mr. Malcolm's List, which is now available on VOD. This film is directed by Emma Hawley-Jones and it stars Freida Pinto, Shope Dirasu, as this film centers around a young woman who courts a mysterious wealthy suitor in 19th century England. So for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, hello, so glad you came, I hope you stay. I'll tell you what I liked about the film, what I didn't like about the film, and should you pay or wait to see Mr. Malcolm's List on VOD. So going into what did I actually enjoy about this film, and I will have to say that, you know, I'm a sucker for period pieces, especially romance. But one of the things that I really love about this film is really the themes that are very relevant to today's times. I love that we explore whether or not people are worthy of love, but most importantly, really the own barriers that we put in our way. And we get to see this with Shope's character Malcolm as this wealthy suitor who every woman in England is trying to throw themselves at him, but he is really his own worst enemy. And that question about, basically the question about, am I wrong for the standards that I deem necessary in my significant other? You know, is it a bit of arrogance thinking that you're going to get 100% of this checklist that you've created for this person you're supposed to spend your life with? Or do we need to actually give grace to people and understand that even those that we love have flaws? And I love that we really get to examine this between both of these characters as Selena, played by Freida's character, gets like caught up in this like really petty scenario that Zawe Ashton's character Julia puts her in. I like that we get to see, you know, this whole thing unfold about not judging a book by its cover. What is the person behind the armor that we've put out to face everyone into in the real world? Now, also, too, I just love watching people fall in love. And this really does work off the chemistry that they have between Selena and Malcolm. Like, you have to believe that they're meant to be together. There is a potential that they can be together. And I do think that they have really great chemistry. And also, too, I know this might sound weird because I know we're kind of in this age where everything is like over-sexualized and we have those shows that are like romance, but it's just like everyone is basically like hyper-sexualized, always having sex, like sex equals the only part of romance. And I like that this film doesn't fall into that trap. It really goes back to the nostalgic, like just the connecting of the minds. Like, do I like you? Do I like your intellect that you have? And I like that we actually get to see someone like Malcolm who is more interested in what lies behind the pretty face. And I do like that they delve deeper into that and they don't fall into the traps of what we're starting to see in movies and in TV of romance necessarily having to be this sexual thing. It's more of a sapiosexual type of thing. And I love that Mr. Malcolm's List actually has that in this film. Now, I do want to give, like, even though I love Freida and Shope, I think that they're fantastic. Freida, she is just someone that you love to look at. There is just something that she has that makes you want to keep watching her character. You instantly fall in love with Selena as you meet her, as you get to learn more about who she is, especially as someone that's come from the circumstances that has been laid out for her. You really gravitate more towards her character. But I do want to say that the two actually there's three MVPs for me. I do want to give kudos to Zawe Ashton, who plays Julia, who is really like a villain. She's low-key, she's a villain. She's a villain because she's very petty. Julia is very petty in this movie as you figure out what her role is to play in this film. But I really love that Zawe brings something to this character that you don't like her, but you still want to fight for her to become better. And it's really hard to play a villain that's a bad person, but that you actually want them to redeem themselves. And I think that she adds a really great balance to the character Julia. With all the craziness that she has going on, you still are just like, you know what, girl, I'm not feeling you right now, but I feel like the universe can like still get you to be a better person. But also too, with her character, it does present this other theme that you don't have to change yourself to be with someone. And sometimes when you're too busy worrying about other people and Julia is worried about everyone else but herself, you might miss out on your blessings or your blessing of a good suitor. But also too that there's people out there that will love you flaws and all. And I really love that we get to see that with her character. I don't want to spoil who that potential love interest could be. But I do want to give kudos for them for actually making someone who's not likable, but you still want them to redeem themselves throughout the movie. Now, also, too, my other two MVPs, Ashley Park has a very small role, but her character is like so memorable because she is so over the top. I thought she played her absolutely so well. I don't even know. I was watching, I was just like, how many takes did they have to do? Because I would have laughed every single time that her character came on. I just would have laughed in every scene I was with her. But I thought that she made a really great job of taking a very small part and making it a memorable part. I literally still remember her even after the movie was over. Now, also, too, Oliver Jackson Cohen, who plays Lord Cassidy, I really liked him in this role. And I don't know if most of the material that I've been introduced to that Oliver is in is either he is like this maniac, is a very dark and gloomy, or something crazy happening to his character. It was nice to just see him like in a fun, delightful role. It looks like he was having a good time. I was just like, see, my man Oliver just wanted to be happy in a movie, and I love this for him. I really enjoyed seeing Lord Cassidy, even how he interacts with Zha Wei's character, Julia. I love to see their interactions, but most importantly, it was just nice to see him kick back, relax, and have fun. Now, the production, everything looks really good from a production standpoint. I like that they don't necessarily, even though we're talking about people with money, I don't feel as though that they were so focused on this grand life that everyone was living. Everything looked absolutely beautiful and nice. The costumes look really great as well, but I like that they still kept the focus on the characters. Like sometimes when we're trying to show this like grand lifestyle, like sometimes that can overshadow the connection that you're actually trying to make with the characters on the screen. And I like that it still has good production, but it still plays its role. It's still, the main focus is going to be on the actual characters of the film. Now, even though I have things that I really love, I think that the casting was great. I do love the diversity in casting. If I had to say anything that I necessarily didn't like about the film is, you know, even though you have diversity of casting, I still want to watch films or shows that tell new stories. Do I feel as though Mr. Malcolm's List had anything new to add to this, the period piece, to the romance genre outside of its diversity in casting? I don't think so, but that doesn't mean that I didn't have a good time watching the film. Sometimes you just want to know what you're getting yourself into before the movie starts. Is the movie predictable? Yes, but I was okay with it. I just want to watch a movie where I see two people falling in love, clashing, getting in between their own way of actually finding their destiny of who they're supposed to spend the rest of their life with. And so for Mr. Malcolm's List, I had a good time. I was okay spending my money to watch this on VOD. Like, I just wanted to watch people fall in love. I wanted to just believe in love again for a couple of moments. And that's what this movie did for me. So what I would tell you to do with you and your coins, I would say it's worth the pay. Go ahead, rent it on VOD like I did and get your life, okay? But those are my thoughts on Mr. Malcolm's List. As always, my name is Sharonda from Payroll Waits. And if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. And until I see you again, bye.